Okay, welcome back. I'm Jay Haley. This is the video for our essential level reading class. It's chapter 5, and this is video number 3 from chapter 5. In this video, we'll be looking at some questions that come out of paragraphs 4 through 6 of the reading that you did about Antarctica. So let's get on with the questions. You might remember, well, this actually is a question about paragraph 4, but you might remember from paragraphs 2 and 3. Okay? Paragraph 2 focuses on the huge amount of fresh water in Antarctica. There's 70% of the world's fresh water is locked up there in the ice. Okay? Paragraph 3 focuses on Antarctica's unique geography. The main point there was that it's a bigger place than most people imagine. It's bigger than Australia. It's even bigger than Europe. And secondly, it's a continent which borders on 3 of the world's oceans. So it has this unique geography that makes it important. Okay. But my question here, knowing the focus of paragraph 2 and knowing the focus of paragraph 3, I want to ask you, what is the focus of paragraph 4? Now, this is a main idea question, so pause the video, read through that, and think about what is the main idea of that paragraph. Okay, pause the video. I'll give you the answer afterward. All right, welcome back. The answer I got here is that the focus of this paragraph is on Antarctica's unique weather. Okay? It really focuses all about the weather in Antarctica and why it's very different and special compared to other places in the world. Speaking of the weather, the next question asks about the word cold. Now, it says in line number 1, the word cold is written in italics. Okay? Remember, italics were that slanted looking writing. So question here is why? Why is the word cold written in italics? You pause the video and think about what the author's purpose here is. Why did they decide to use italics for the word cold? Okay, welcome back. Here's my answer. Cold is in italics to emphasize the word, to make the word stronger. If you write cold in just the regular script, the regular style font, it is cold. It sounds like just a fact. But if you use italics, it makes it stronger. You get the idea that it's really cold. And so sometimes to emphasize a word, we'll use italics. I asked you a similar question about italics in a previous lesson. This is about 2 weeks ago when we were looking at unit number 3 about the long distance runner. And I asked about the italics on the words il passatore. Okay. And I said in that case, italics are used to show that il passatore is not an English word. It's a foreign word. It's Italian. In this case, the italics are being used to emphasize the word. I mentioned at the time that we would talk about some different ways that italics are used. So here we have 2 of the ways. This week, Antarctica, cold, it's used to emphasize the word. Okay? A couple weeks ago in Unit 3, il passatore, it's just used to show that this word is not English. So don't worry if you've never heard this word before. Okay. Let me give you another question out of paragraph 4. This one is the number question, rather. There is another number there, 90%. So what do they mean in paragraph 4 when they ask about 90%? Okay, pause and come back. Okay, so 90% means it's the percent of the world's ice which is in Antarctica. If you want ice, Antarctica is a great place for it. It's got by far, most of the ice in the world, 90%. Okay. Still in paragraph 4, this next question asks, for how many months does the sun not shine in Antarctica? Okay, pause the video, then come back. Okay. And the answer here was out of lines 2 and 3. The answer is for several months. Several months. Okay. One more time. Several. We've seen this slide many times now. Several times, in fact. Almost every week. This word several came up again. Okay. Remember the word several? It means more than a couple, more than a few. All right. On to the next question, though. Paragraph 4 still. If the sun shines all the time in summer, is Antarctica warm in this season? We talked about in the winter, the sun doesn't shine at all, but in the summer, the sun is always shining. So, is Antarctica warm in this season? And pause the video, search for the answer, and unpause when you're ready. Yeah, the answer here, of course, is no. No, it is not warm in the summer, even though the sun is shining all the time. No, the temperature usually does not go above 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, you'll find that answer in lines 4 through 6. Let's move on to paragraph 5. In paragraph 5, I have a question here. The question asks, do people live in Antarctica? Okay, pause the video and then come back. The answer here is a little complicated. The basic answer is no. But it does make this point that some people stay and work there. So, no, there's no people who live permanently in Antarctica, but some people do come to Antarctica. They stay there, they work there. Okay? So, short answer, no. But again, some people are probably living there right now as the Antarctic winter is getting started. Good luck to them. Paragraph 5, next question. This one asks, how many people live in Antarctica at any given time? Okay, pause and come back. Answer here, several thousand. Okay, when we talk about several thousand, we might mean 3, 4, 5, 7,000. Don't know exactly how many. It's an interesting number to research, but they say several thousand. And oh yeah, got to show you the slide one more time. Yeah, several. I promised you'd be seeing words like this, important words again and again. Here is several one more time. All right. Next question, still out of paragraph 5. It says that paragraph 5 lists the things that scientists study in Antarctica. My question is, how many does the author mention? How many things does the author mention that scientists study there? Okay, pause the video, count up each one, and how many do you have? Okay, the answer here is 6. There's 6 things listed between lines 4 and 6, and they are, first, changes in the weather, second, living things in the ocean, third, the water, fourth, the air, fifth, the land, and finally, number 6, volcanoes. I asked in the first video of the series about why volcanoes came up in a lesson about Antarctica. Now you know. It implies that there are, in fact, volcanoes in Antarctica, the surprising continent. All right. Another question out of paragraph 5. You'll notice this word even comes up 2 times in the paragraph. So I want to know the question, what does even mean? Okay. The 2 sentences are first in lines 2 and 3. You'll see they stay there, the scientists stay there for weeks or even months. Okay. And then in line 6, it says they even study volcanoes there. So when we use the word even, what's the effect? What's the meaning of the word in the paragraph? Okay. Pause, think about it. I'll give you my answer next. Okay. Here's my answer. Even is showing some surprise. Okay. In that first example, they stay there for weeks. Okay, maybe not a surprise, but months. Wow, well, that's a long time to stay in such a cold and what we'd say inhospitable or difficult to live in kind of place. It's months. That's a surprise. Okay. Similarly, in the second example, they even study volcanoes there. before this, there was that list of 5 things that they studied, including the land, the air, the weather, the wildlife. Here, they're saying even volcanoes. The reason they're saying even volcanoes is a little surprising. You don't usually imagine volcanoes when you think about a place like Antarctica. It's a surprise. And so the author is using the word even in both these sentences to show that they are surprised. Okay. Moving into the last paragraph, paragraph 6. First question is, what do people who visit Antarctica for fun say about it? It's not all scientists. It's not all people at work. So if you go for fun, what do they say? Okay, pause, check your answer, and unpause. Okay, answer is, it's a beautiful place. That's what they say. Okay, hey, that's really it. The next question, really just a fun question for you. This comes out of paragraph 6, line number 2. Question is, what is your opinion? Is Antarctica worth a visit? Okay, they actually ask this question: is Antarctica worth a visit for you? Would it be a good place to go? I gave my answer in the first video in the series, but my answer was yes. I'd love to go there. Weeks, not months, but I'd love to go. So what's your idea? Let me know. Let me know when we get to class or in the comments, or send me an email. I would love to hear your opinion on going to Antarctica. But that's it for this particular story. The homework, again, is the usual homework. Choose 10 of the words from the vocabulary, write a sentence, and then go ahead and do the questions that come after the reading. Okay, next time, in the next video, we'll be looking at the next unit. That is unit number 6, when we look at a different place in our interesting world. So I'll see you then. Thanks a lot. Take care.